Welcome to the Python tutorial lecture 14 while loop in Python. In previous lecture we saw that how to use a for loop function in Python. In this lecture we will discuss about while loop in Python. So generally loop are used in program to repeat a specific block of code. In this lecture you will learn to create a while loop in Python, and the while loop in Python used to iterate over a block of code as long as the test expression means the condition is true. Now let's take syntax of the while loop. Here I write a syntax in hashtag mention comments. So for the syntax of the while loop is like you have to write while, then test expression. After that you have to go for that body of while. So in the while loop, test expression is checked first. The body of the loop is entered only if the test expression is evaluated to true. After the one iteration, the test expression is checked again. This process continues until the rest expression is evaluated to the false. Now let's take a simple example of while loop. For if I want to perform add n natural numbers up to the n digits. So first of all what you have to take, first of all you have to take that input from the user. So that here I go for that n is equal to in integer format, and what you want to take here, you want to take input from the user, so you have to write input, then what you want to enter a number what you want. After that you have to go for that counter. Here we have to make the counter for that particular number. So here I have to define first of all some variable equal to 0 and I is equal to 1. For that particular loop I have to define sum and I integer. So if you want to add a natural numbers up to that enter number, so first of all you have to check the condition. Here for the check condition we go for that while if I is less than equal to n, then what you have to go for that, you have to perform that operation. Here you have to go for that sum is equal to sum plus I, and so after that once the summation is performed you have to update the counter. For update the counter, here the counter is in I form, so you have to increment counter every time by 1. So here I have to use I is equal to I plus 1 for update the counter. Now what you want to do, you want to print that particular sum, so you have to simply write down print in parenthesis the sum of the n is, then after that you have to pass it value, the sum is store that particular number. If I run this particular program, what will happen, let's see. Here first of all they will ask the enter number, at what number you want to go for that particular sum. Here if I write number is equal to 15, so it will take the sum of the 15 digit. First of all how its program it will done, first of all it will take the input, then it will check our number is greater than, for that I is there or not. If the number is greater than I, then it will go for that summation portion. In summation portion it will sum plus I. Here for first value it will go for that 0 plus 1, and then after that every step one counter is incremented. That performance it will do up to that number n is equal to 15. After that 15 means still when it will counter goes to the 16, it will end the operation and it will print the particular sum of that operation. So this is the simple example of the while loop statement. If you want to program add a natural number up to the 10, if I again write this program, if I go for that 100 also, it will give the sum up to that 100 numbers. It will start from that 1 to up to 100. Now if you want to do some while with else, means if we just first of all go for that another example. If you want to use while loop with else, so it will same as that for loop. We can have an optional else block with while loop as well. In the else part is executed if the condition in the while loop is evaluate to the false, means the while loop can be terminated with a break statement. In such cases the else part is ignored, so that the while loop else part run with no breaks occurs when the condition is false. If now let's take a simple example of that while loop with else function. So for that while loop, if I just simply assign a counter, the counter value is equal to, if I assign counter value first of all here 0, now go for the while statement while, then you have to condition for that while the counter is less than 7. So it will go for that inside the while loop and it will print. Here just take a simple string inside a loop, and after that you have to increment a counter every time to run this loop. And after that you have to go for that else condition. What is the else condition? If a condition is not satisfied for that particular counter, then it will go for the else condition. For the else condition, here I go for that print is inside else condition. Now if I run this program, it will print, it will start with the counter 0. First it will take 0, so it will go for check that particular while loop if 0 is less than 7, then it will print inside a loop, it will print inside a loop. After that the counter will increment by position 1, so after that it will counter value will become a 1. Again it's check the condition of the while loop, 1 is less than 7, again it will print inside a loop. It will goes until it will comes up to the 7. When it will come up to the 7, so it will false the particular while loop condition and it will go for the else condition. In the else condition it will print inside the else condition is there. So that's all for the today's lecture in the while loop in the Python. In the next lecture we will see how to use a break and continuous function in Python. Thank you.